Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome in the sports chat with Mr. 33. I am he, Mr. 33. Bronze, what's going on? Good evening. And of course, we are on our weekly Friday night, uh, weekly Wrestling Friday. So we're just gonna jump right into that real quick. Uh so we started off SmackDown tonight. Uh we had I don't even know if we calling them the bloodline no more, but we had LA Knight having a conversation with Jimmy Uso. And Jimmy Uso I guess he was trying to challenge LA Knight, but then Jacob Solo and Tama, they came and pounced him. But they came out and pounced on LA Knight and Jimmy Uso, and then Braun Strowman came and helped them out, and then the 3-man tag was made between the I want to say the blood. I'm gonna say the bloodline, the new bloodline, the fake bloodline, against Braun and LA Knight and Jimmy Uso. We saw, Jimmy take his brunt of the punishment as the fake bloodline really handled him a little bit. LA Knight came in, had a little run. Then he had a little break. Then Braun Strowman was just, Braun Strowman running around, knocking people out. LA Knight and them flipping over the ropes and knocking people out. Then we had super kicks and Then Braun Strowman did the running power slam, got the 3 count, which gave LA Knight, Braun Strowman, and Jimmy the victory over the fake bloodline. Uh, so then we go into the second match. My 33 brother, what up though? Beginning to the second match, BFAB versus Charlotte. I don't know what it is about BFAB. I don't know if they're trying to give her some light, but she actually, like I said, once again, she shocked me by having a pretty good performance, even against Charlotte. But once Charlotte gets her way, she do things that she just takes the fight out of some people, and once she puts that figure 8 in there, it's a wrap. So BFAB, she lost her match to Charlotte. Then Tiffany Stratton came down, and she went ham and jumping off the top rope, and she's scrapping after all the time. Well, what Charlotte did last week. So it was a good victory by Charlotte, but the aftermath coming off that top rope, Tiffany flying all over the place. That's something that held it back. Then we had Cody Rhodes talking smack, telling John Cena pretty much, "I'll see you in Italy." I think it's called Bologna and cheese. Y'all know what we do to bologna. But anyway, he at the does this damage. He tells everybody, "I'm gonna see." I'm gonna say Roman. Cena, I see you in Spain. I mean Italy. Damian Priest and Shinsuke Nakamura had a pretty good fight. It was a back and forth thing. Until Shinsuke got caught up in that power that choke slam. So and then he gets the pin. So Priest, he gets the pin, but then Drew McIntyre comes and interferes with the match. So Damian Priest wins by DQ. He start pounding on they start pounding on Damian Priest. Shinsuke give him the Kimura, and then Drew taking advantage of the situation, start punishing him, things like that. That ends that segment. The next match was Carmelo Hayes and Randy Orton. I don't know if Carmelo Hayes is a glutton for punishment, but he's definitely a fall guy. Yeah, Bronze. They damn sure did tonight. And I'm gonna have that conversation. Randy Orton, it was okay, but it was really like Carmelo Hayes is gonna lose, right? Gets the RKO, gets hit with the RKO again. Kevin Owens came and saved him from the punt. And Randy went and chased him out and tried to get him bad, right? But Randy did get the victory. Now Gunther got to stop with these matches with all these little small people and things like that. So Gunther had a fight against Axiom, right? And Axiom is a guy that comes from NXT. As a matter of fact, he's one half of the tag team champions of NXT. We had a pretty good fight, I believe, with the Hardy Boys maybe a couple weeks ago. But Gunther, he's a fake bully. But Axiom had a couple pinning opportunities. One was actually, if you paid attention, it was that close to a 3 count, but Gunther got upset, I guess, and then he started power bombing him like he was a wet paper bag or something, and power bombed like 3 times, and then pinned him. And Gunther won that match. And I'm not gonna say convincingly because, like I said, there was a couple of times that Axiom he put on a, he's a high flyer, and he really put on a good match for for Axiom, right? But Gunther started using his little, as word would say, dad bod, and he just he ended up pinning him. So Gunther won that, and then he put the boy to sleep after the match. Uh, then we got to tonight's main event, DIY versus Street Profits. Man, what a back and forth match this was. Back and forth. 2 counts. Uh, Montez flying all over the place. Uh, you got DIY. The quick in and out tags. I thought Montez was hurt a little bit. I thought he was hurt for real, but he ended up moving that knee pretty well after the fact, and like I said, he was diving off the ropes, things like that. The way that match ended was a beautiful thing as they hit the Street Profits hit their final move after DIY super kick the DIY team super kicked their partners themselves, and we got a 3 count, and now we have new champions. It's let me just say this, as the Street Profits celebrate the championship, excuse me, for Smack Tag Champs for SmackDown. I'm happy that they won the belt. I just dislike the fact that it took them about 4 years to, you know, get through. But we understand that, Jimmy and Jay was holding it down for a long period of time. We understood that part, and then they wanted to bring Motor City Machine Guns, make them fresh, and yeah, I got you. Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But it took them so much of it took them so much nonsense to go become a heel, right? They got cheated out of opportunities like about for a month, a whole month. They was cheated out of opportunities, right? Then the accident happens. They like, nah, man, or they got put out for a little bit, which is why B Fab is now, they put her in singles competition. Like I said, she's doing pretty good. But just imagine if they wasn't getting that break, they probably all three would still be together, right? But you know, all these DIYs and the Motor City Machine Gun, they ain't supposed, they did a decent job of the battle, but we should have already known that Street Profit was going to eventually win the belt. I expected it a little bit sooner, but because of the situations that happened, they prolonged it, and now, realist, what's going on? What's going on? Good evening, realist. But like I said, 4 years in waiting, it ain't Jimmy and Jay in their way. I'm expecting them to hold this down for a little bit, unless one of these teams do some nonsense and start. Well, DIY, they've been cheating for a minute. So as we start heading to WrestleMania, we starting to see different things occur, right? We just saw EO1, was that last week or a couple weeks ago, 2 Mondays ago. Uh Now we see the Street Profits. I think somebody else won a belt. I can't remember who it was right now. LA Knight won the belt back from Shinsei Nakamura. So we're seeing the titles is changing at a alarming rate, right? But we know the men ain't changing, right? We know that Gunther's gonna hold his belt, and we know we seeing that Cody is gonna hold his belt because he's not even being in competition lately. But as far as everybody else is next, right? I'm waiting to see. Well, Chelsea Green almost lost her belt, but Elba, oh God, what's her name? Alba Fry. came and saved Chelsea Green. Otherwise, that belt would have changed hands last week as well. But like I said, they keeping these events, I don't even rephrase that. They keeping SmackDown, you know, uh they keeping SmackDown very eventful, and shout out to like that werewolf, Jacob, right? Even though he lost the match, uh he showed what time it is. Like, I don't care if I lose the match. I'm still going to do my best to dominate. And he did what he had to do to Braun after he got spiked by Solo. He did about three of the flips off the top rope. Uh, Braun Strowman might be out for a little bit. Excuse me. He might take a couple of weeks off after that, but that means that LA Knight and them might be in some trouble because I think Jacob is trying to get a title match, or Solo wants Jacob to get a title match. We'll see what happens, but you know, it was an eventful night, right? We also heard from Jade for the first time. She actually got an opportunity to speak, and while she was telling everybody, Naomi was playing, victim, and she don't remember but she just remember Naomi taking off after that situation. We see Raquel and Liv, talking smack to her, and Jay pretty much say, I'm gonna see you next week, and I'm a pounce on you. I'm gonna pound you out, type situation, right? So that's a match that's already been made for next week. Jay versus Liv. You know, I don't know what they have in. Well, I believe that Jade and Naomi is going to fight at Mania. I think Naomi gonna come out and cost her this match next week. But that'll lead to the WrestleMania moment for both of these young ladies. And you know, like Jade says, she's had enough. So she's going to fight next week for the first time since in a few months. We get to see her in singles competition. It's been a while since we saw in any type of singles uh, competition because she was always tagged up with Bianca. You know, so we're gonna see what happens as far as that. And of course, last but not least, we heard from Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman telling everybody Roman's gonna be in Italy next Sunday. The you know, I guess he's gonna talk about why he did what he did to Seth. Well, it ain't no accent, but we already know why. But will we have that conversation about CM Punk, or will any of them come out during his conversation? Will that lead to the three-way the triple threat match with Seth, Roman, and Punk? It would have been nice if Ambrose was there. That would have been the crazy triple threat. But we got CM Punk in that stead, which I believe may be happening around WrestleMania. So WrestleMania is about a month away, you know, and we're looking at different matches. Like I said, we saw Drew. Like I already stated that I already know that Drew and Damian Priest will be fighting at Mania. That's gonna be Drew McIntyre's only way to get to WrestleMania, because if he don't get that match, then he won't be a part of it. Uh, you know, we starting to see like even more and more the Bronze and Jacob situation is brewing even more, as far as Jacob constantly destroying the monster among men. He making him look like a little a baby cub during the situation. So, oh, um, I'm watching the Denver Nuggets and the LA Lakers. It's a competitive game. 121-116. No LeBron, no Luca, and they're holding their five down with 2.5 minutes to go in that game. But anyway, um, yeah. So we starting to see that occur between Braun and Jacob. Now, I don't know how Solo's gonna get to Mania unless he's in a triple threat match with LA Knight, maybe. And I don't know why Shinsei Nakamura has not got his return match for the belt, but maybe that's where they going. That's where they going with that match for Mania. Maybe a triple threat with that. I don't know, but like I said, it was a decent show nonetheless. But congratulations to the Street Profits. I'm super excited to see how they're gonna handle this. This their reign as tag team champions. Let's see who they get put up against. They gonna have they may have a little triple threat match between not the Profits, DIY, Pretty Deadly, and I haven't seen Motor City Machine Guns since that last triple threat, and Street Profits came and stopped that match short. So maybe they'll make a return in the next couple of weeks before Mania, and then figure out who's gonna meet the Profits at Mania. But it's a lot of it's a it's it's a lot of competition going on for them SmackDown tag belts, and it's a whole lot more interesting. Yeah, that's what I was saying, realist, right? You remember, like, it was just we so used to Jimmy and Jay holding on to that belt, and then they did everything possible to to keep the Profits back, right? You had that little fake incident where they got knocked out and they lost they title match. We seen DIY and the Motor City Machine Gun came and tried to dominate, well, not dominate. They were going back and forth with themselves, like not really showing dominance between either team. And so now, they had to go. They had to become bad guys. They had to become heels just to get the belt back. They had to stomp some people out, throw people through, fights in the back, all of that just to gain their belts back. But they here now, right? So we're gonna see how long they can hold the belts. Will it be up till Mania? Will they lose their belts in Mania, or will it go a little further? Maybe SummerSlam. We don't know. But yeah, it was pretty. And the way the match ended, it was dope, right? And the crowd, and shout out to the crowd in Spain. That's what I'm saying. I don't know no other wrestling company that could get like crowds involved like that, right? You see how excited the people in Spain were just to you know have those matches there, to just cheer, whether it was for whoever. They count on with the referee. They enjoyed themselves, and I think that gave the matches a little bit more oomph because they seen that the crowd was into it. And you know, when people are into something, you get a energy boost as well. Your momentum carries you as well because you feel like, hey, these guys are cheering me on, or they so excited. We got to keep our fluidity in the matches going, and they did that for the most part tonight on SmackDown. But we're gonna see how if Italy is like Spain, and we're gonna have John Cena and Cody Rhodes there, and we're gonna have Roman Reigns. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry, y'all. The kid on the Lakers went up for a dunk. He dunked the ball. He hit his head, and now he's injured. I'm sorry, but with Roman and them being there next week in Italy, if they get that same energy as they did from Barcelona, then it's gonna be something to talk about. We might see some more uh good matches and more you know entertaining matches as far as SmackDown. Now Raw, I can't speak about Raw because they doing too much. I don't know what the hell they doing over there. Uh, But I've been one to say, Raw has to step up their energy. They have to do the things to keep up with SmackDown because I don't know how much longer Netflix is going to be able to hold these Raw matches because I don't sense the same energy as SmackDown, and they're on the streaming site. SmackDown's on USA, so if I was a betting man, I would say SmackDown are getting the better ratings because the better matches are on SmackDown. We know that Netflix streams all over the world and things like that. So it's possible that I'm not right as far as the better viewership. But like we saw like the difference. All right, let's look at the difference, right? We saw Monday Night Raw's matchup, right? They started the match with Jay versus Grayson Waller. Now look at the SmackDown starting first match. You had the fake bloodline, Jacob for Braun Strowman, Jimmy, and LA Knight. That was the first you know, even if you say they drop down the B cards, right? Like the backup cards as far as Strowman and LA Knight and Jimmy, right? But we knew that would be more exciting than what they put on as far as Jay versus Grayson Waller. Grayson Waller hasn't won a match in like forever. So, I just think that they have to do better with the matchups as far as Raw. They may have to use Penta a little bit more. They may have to use Braun Breaker a little bit more, Ludwig Kaiser, and those guys. They're not even wrestling over there. They just, it's like they got a whole couple of weeks off, right? Braun Strowman, Braun Breaker. I don't. It's been like maybe a couple of weeks since he uh put the title up. The War Raiders, they ain't been seen for the tag titles and things like that. So it's a lot. I just feel like that game is over. Big shot by Jamal Murray with 5.6 seconds. He crushed the Lakers' hopes of winning the game. But you have to. It's like they're not even competing for SmackDown no more. It's not even a competition, right? Remember when we was all coming up in the millennium, right? It was SmackDown versus Raw, even though they were using the same roster, but it was a competition. These numbers are going to be better than this number. It's not even a competition, right? Because they put in there like the SmackDown B card is getting better views than the Raw A cards, the A listers, right? The Gunthers and except for Jay gonna get his views regardless. But other than that, who are we looking at? You know what I mean? So I just think that they have to do a little bit better as far as their matches and cards to make it relevant. Like I said, me personally, I think that there's gonna be a shocker. Uh, I think they're gonna get rid of Netflix is going to disassociate themselves with it and come back to. They may go to Peacock. I don't even know. I hope not, but they may go to Peacock Raw because it's just that crazy of a scenario that they're not getting. They may not be getting the views that they got from the first one, right? Because those matches ain't even. What a stupid pass. Yeah, the Lakers lost 131, 126. They gave it their all, but they lost back to back nights, back to back loss. And like I said, no Luca, no LeBron, but they played a good game. Bronny had a couple of good shots. Uh, but they lost. So wow, that's amazing. I don't know how they still getting that viewership, right? Because if you look at, like I said, just look at the matches. You got Gunther fighting a bunch of nobodies, right? You got Gunther fighting a bunch of nobodies. You got no tag matches. The women's match may have been that number, right? Because we did see EO win on Netflix. So EO versus Rhea, Rhea get good numbers and things like that. But besides that, the matches are not to me is not as competitive, right? Like I said, Penta, I think something wrong with Penta because Penta he ain't fought in a couple weeks. And then we had a match with New Day and LWO and Chad Gable got in the middle of it. You know what I mean? But maybe it's just me, right? I'm so used to watching the Raw and SmackDown and everybody fighting at one particular time and the champs are coming out and having conversations or they talk themselves into matches or whatever the case may be. I just don't see it on Netflix. I really don't. Like when you got Gunther fighting Tozawa or trying to put Otis to sleep. Like, yo, you just being a straight bully. Nobody really wanted like maybe that's why I'm not getting into it. But or why I don't think that they're getting the views like that. But Word just went in there and said, "Hey, they damn near doubling SmackDown." I still don't know. I mean, it's international, right? I don't think the SmackDown network that it comes on is it don't. I don't think that's like international as Netflix. You stream Netflix all the way in China, right? I don't think you could stream USA Network in China because they don't really care about the USA Network, maybe. So, I just found it odd, and I just think that they it's not there's no competitiveness, right? Like that's why that could be another reason why the belts is just changing hands. The belts have never changed this much heading into WrestleMania, right? Especially once you put the all right. For example, Rhea Ripley's supposed to be fighting I almost said Naomi, Bianca, right? But now that she lost the belt, now we got a EO and Bianca. Is that really, you know what I mean? It would have been power on power, right? Now we're looking at power. I mean, Bianca she's agile, but can we really say EO can handle Bianca's power? She just gonna have to. It's like a Rey Mysterio Batista thing from back in the days. If that's what they looking at, that's what they're looking at. But I just have a feeling that match between EO and Bianca, if it's still that match, I think it's going to add another person, and I think it's going to be Rhea. So you know, but that's what happened as far as SmackDown tonight, and like I said, it was a decent SmackDown tonight. You know, it wasn't really a repetitive match, like this one fighting this one for the 19th million time, right? So it was a good event. We saw the triple threat. I mean the 3-man tag, and then we saw the title change hands. Charlotte got into she had a match for the first time in a while, even though it was against B-Fab, and B-Fab did wonderful. She did a good job. But Charlotte act like she wasn't missing a beat, and that's why she's the number one contender. And even though Tiffany jumped on her, I think that's going to be an interesting match. Will they allow will Charlotte win at Mania, or will Tiffany hold her belt? But you know, uh, pretty interesting way to look at it. Now we go into the NFL news real quick. Found out today that Cooper Cuff has signed a contract with the Seattle Seahawks. Will he be pairing up with their newest quarterback, Sam Darnold? The terms were not really spoke. If they were spoken about, and it wasn't spoken about in the article that I read. Uh, I think it's a 2-year deal, maybe. I'm not sure. Give me 1 second. I can let you know. No, I'll let you know in 2 seconds. Cooper Cuff. A 3-year, $45 million contract with Seattle, according to ESPN. 3 years, 45 million. Is there any guarantee? I don't see no guarantee money. No, I don't see no guarantee money as it looks like 3 for 45 as he's heading up to Seattle. Uh we already know that the Seahawks got rid of both Tyler Lockett and traded DK Metcalf, so it's different. And DeMarcus Lawrence, the Seahawks also signed DeMarcus Lawrence, which has him beefing with oh god, Michael Parsons. Michael Parsons called the man soft because uh DeMarcus Lawrence said they're not going to win in Dallas. He's trying to win, but even though he went to Seattle, where it looks like they're rebuilding, uh, it's going to be a different. I don't know how you say this team ain't going to win, and you left to win, get a better winning record, but you go to a team that's rebuilding, right? But that also, like I've stated before, right? I get it that the guys, they want their money, but at the same time, they're going places where they know they're not going to win a championship, right? So they, like I said, DeMarcus Lawrence, 3 years. Uh, what is his deal? 3 years. He has a 3-year deal too, but it's in Seattle, right? So, if are you going to be able to rebuild with Sam Darnold and Cooper Cuff and all of these people? You gotta like. I don't think these guys are really trying to win no more. If you're a Super Bowl champion, I can understand why you going to get the bag. But if you're playing to win, you can't be signing with teams like the Seattle Seahawks or, unless you see something that in those teams where they'll be ready to compete within the next couple of years. What up, though?
What up, though? Yeah, man, I was hearing those number Cooper Cup. I'm like, damn, for real? I don't know. Maybe he still got it. I don't know, bro.
I
I
mean,
thought he was more to decline. So they paid him for what he did in the league. That's nice.
that's what a lot of them are getting. DK is still active. He getting 150 million for 5 years. So, but he's one of those big
DK,
dudes. So
he's still in his prime though, man.
right,
DK still,
but
he's still
how is that going to affect their wide receiver? What's the kid name? George Pickens,
get rid of
right?
that bum,
They,
bro. Get rid of him.
I'm just saying that may be a
It's trouble, bro.
possibility.
It caused
Yeah,
too much
yeah,
trouble,
I
man. You
agree.
got somebody who are not only, a dominant player, but, people like DK Metcalf, bro. They like him, so shit, get rid of that trouble, bro. They,
Even though he has the ability. He has a tendency of losing his cool when he's on that football field. He will play. So that's one thing that they could say about DK. He going when he get on that field, he gonna play. Or off like on the sideline, he might go a little ham, but you know he will play within them white lines. But if they got it, I'm just interested to see how they do this, right? And they also the Steelers re-signed what's the kid name? Almost said Mason Plumley, Mason Rudolph to a 2-year contract. So I'm trying to understand with this contract, who are they bringing back? We already know that Justin Fields signed a $40 million, a 2-year $40 million contract with the Jets. I'm interested to see how that works out. He did play with Garrett Wilson, and I believe did they win a championship? I can't recall right now, but
I
I
don't
know
know
they
if he
was
won
in the
with
college
Garrett.
football championship, huh?
Yeah. I don't know if he won with Garrett. He won with old boy from Olave from that's in the Saints. Was Garrett Wilson on that team
I think
when
so.
they won?
I think so.
Reunited and it feels so good. Oh, my
Right.
bad.
So, you know, so we gonna see if it we'll see if that resonates into a above 500 record. I'd rather see a like I'm different, right? When you've been losing, your team been losing for so long, you just want to see them get to 500. Now, if anything above 500, you like I get a little bit excited. But you know, they is changing the regime in New York. You know, they got they guy Aaron Glenn. My bad, I know that's your D coordinator, but you know they trying to see if this can work. So we'll see what happens. But as far as
We
the
didn't.
Steelers, but
No, I was about to say we done stole a couple players from the Jets, bro. We done took their
I
tight
know
end,
y'all stole my cornerback. Y'all stole a bunch
and
of people.
one of the tight ends too, bro.
Yeah, you
I'm not
stole the
bringing.
tight end. Yeah, I'm like, yo, y'all just thieving. Look, yeah, it's like y'all made a
Well, they
trade.
was free. They was free agents, bro. They said, "Hey, man, why should we have the imitator when we can go to the original?" So they came over to the Lions, bro. That's all.
Ain't
You
nothing
know how
wrong
they
with
do
that.
it.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I tell you this much: as long as DJ Reed is healthy, you got a pretty good cornerback. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, unfortunately,
DJ,
bro. I was talking to
what
my
happened?
dad about this. I was talking to my dad about this, bro. I don't think I'm gonna be as hype as I was the last two seasons, bro. I don't think they gonna do shit, bro. I'm looking at the Commanders, bro. They didn't, bro, man. Like, what the fuck going on? Like, I don't know what's wrong with Brad Holmes. I mean, DJ Reed is good, but we need some people on the line, bro.
Yeah, you let the kid that y'all signed from Baltimore. What's his name? The
You
one you
talking about
signed in the middle of the year?
Zadarius Smith?
The-
Yeah, I'm like,
yeah,
let
that
that
guy.
man have his bonus money, man. Shit, let that man have his money, man. He lucky
It
he
would have been
came in the
interesting.
middle of the he came in the middle of the season and led the team in sacks. That shit crazy. Yeah, you want to get man
Right.
for some dude that was hurt all season. You resign that dude. I don't know, man. I don't even know who that dude is.
But this the thing, right? If you'd have kept that and then added Aid Hutchinson coming back, you don't know,
Nasty,
you know what I
bro.
mean? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
that would have been
it's the
nasty.
financial part, the business side. I get the business side, but we talk about sacrificing for the investment. I'd rather sacrifice them couple of millions. If we win that Super Bowl, we're gonna be worth billions. You know what I mean? We're gonna be 10
Hmm.
billion. Like you broke a streak. Like I don't think people understand if you break a streak in a record, right? I mean, in a sport, right? Look at Boston when they won the championship after 100 years. They stock skyrocket, right? Uh, who just won recently in the NBA that they haven't won in a while? Uh, when
Dallas.
you like the
I mean, not
Knicks,
Dallas.
they get excited.
Boston.
Boston, they ain't winning 10 years. They skyrocket, right? Dallas,
Nuggets.
Dallas was Dallas. Look, Mark Cuban sold the team, and they went to the championship. He's still coming up. You see what I'm saying? When you don't,
Hmm.
when you bring a championship to one of those little small market towns like Dallas or Milwaukee or in the NFL, like Green Bay and Minnesota, you change the dynamics. You invest in these little people, and then you get your money back because you the champ. You see what I'm
Bro,
saying? Now Philly's
we need
different. That's a big city.
we need that money in a D because Trump's tariff, they charging us 25% more on the electric bills, bro. I don't even want to turn the lights on no more. Like, fuck this. We get our energy
But
from
that's
Canada. I'm like, y'all tripping, bro. Like, look, the rest of the country, y'all don't get that. We do. Like, shit, us, who else? Minnesota, Wisconsin, um, all them.
Western New York get it.
Yeah, bro. I'm
Western New
like,
York,
God,
because they at the border. They literally at the border. That's Canada. Niagara
like we need,
Falls.
yeah, we need a championship so we can get some revenue.
That's why they excited in Buffalo, right? They see, they gave that man 330 million. So they so excited about his MVP that they build a new stadium up there in Buffalo, closer to closer to the city. That's what I'm saying. When when you get that TV deal and then you start winning them games, you start to everybody gonna come up, right? So you
Hmm.
gotta invest you gotta invest in the right players. You gotta invest in the right system, and when that system works out, you gonna come up. Like look at Dallas. Dallas stayed winning. They stayed coming up. He ain't even won a Super Bowl. He's still coming up. You see what I'm saying? But that's Dallas. So these guys, but it's up to these guys. These guys gotta want to, they gotta sacrifice. All right, let me win in these first couple years I get in there, so that way when I get in there, I can get that $40 million contract, guaranteed, 250 million guaranteed, things like that. Because what's his name, Jalen Daniels, if he continue the
Hmm.
way he going, he might get 70. He might get 350 million guaranteed
You might get
because
that
it ain't
Patrick
doing nothing
Mahomes
but going
money.
up. Yeah, he gonna
Yeah.
get that Pat Mahomes money, and he be like, damn, he like that. Yeah, and that's because he came in with the Heisman Trophy, and he took his team to the NFC Championship first year. You see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So they got the money to do that because he's on a rookie contract. So we're gonna try to win now. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna get Debo. We're gonna get this lineman. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. Right? And that's the business side of what's going on over there. So,
Man,
you know,
can you imagine if they would have had Jaden Daniels when they had that defense with Chase Young, Sweat, and Randall on the line, bro? And they had a dog ass cornerback and a dog ass safety, bro. They broke that defense down and then got Jaden. Like, god damn it.
yeah.
Waited a
Now,
year.
now the crazy thing is, right? While I'm talking about all these people, I'm sitting here watching the Bears. They're trading for linemen. They're signing free agent linemen. They gonna try to do something for Caleb Williams to where he could be effective. So well, until we know who Minnesota quarterback is going to be, your division is still tough, right? Because you still got your guys. Uh, uh,
That's gonna be the toughest
Jordan Love is
division,
still
bro.
there.
JJ
Jordan Love is
McCarthy gonna
still
be
there. You think he gonna be worried? Like he gonna be like Aaron Rodgers? He gonna be gun shy?
no, not JJ, bro. That JJ, I watched
No,
him in Michigan, bro. I don't watch many college football, but nah, JJ got
nah,
he
but
that
it's
fast,
different.
bro.
Nah, but it's different when you didn't have when your leg get taken out. You
It's
see what I'm
bro,
saying?
he had a couple like bro. What I'm telling you is he got that dog in him, bro. Like we
Okay.
trust me. Trust me. He got that.
Well,
He was
he.
ready to come back before he was ready to come back. Like that boy got that dog in him. JJ the truth, bro. Bro, I was hoping the Lions found some way to get him. Like just his aura in Michigan, bro. Like my sister alumni out there, so like certain events and shit, you get we go out there and chill with her, kick it with her. She go to all the games. Like well, not all the games. She go to a lot of the games, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, man, that dude, bro, ain't nobody had no buzz around like them around in Michigan like that since Denard Robinson. But
Wow.
just talking to that dude, bro, he a gamer. That dude will break his arm and cut it off and play the game still. That boy tried to throw the football with his feet if he had to.
Well, we get to see because they have not signed a quarterback yet, right? We know that Daniel Jones he left and Sam Darnold's in Seattle. I don't even know how the hell Daniel
Man,
Jones is even being considered to
man,
be a starting quarterback. But that's another story for
bro,
another day. That's Richardson's fault.
that dude be looking wired all the time, like he on that Kokiana. Like he just be his eyes be. I'm like, bro, let's calm down, bro. How you looking tense without even moving? Like he just, I don't know, bro. Some of them players like Sam Darnold look crazy as hell. Like where your chin at, bro? Like his chin stopped growing when he was 3.
Sam Darnold over there kissing girls with mono and getting sick. So that was on the
Oh
Jets.
damn.
So I remember that's it. I was like, wait. They like, wait, we got a situation. What's the situation? Sam Donald's out. Why is he out? He got mono. I said, wait, what? Who was kissing
How
one
he
of them
get
little
mine up?
Jersey gutter girls? Kissing.
He was licking footballs before he throw them, bro. I'm just
Yeah,
playing.
he licked the football. The girl kissed him, and she was licking footballs too. I guess.
He was licking
And
footballs
he
before he
caught
throw
that.
them.
He lost. He missed like 3 games because of that. I'm like, really? You missed 3 weeks because of mono? I never heard of that, but okay,
Yeah, I
But
remember that.
he resurged this year. And now we're gonna see. Right? We got Cincinnati. They sitting there playing with all those superstars. They don't want to pay nobody. They paying backup linemen. So T. Higgins he's on the franchise contract. So he like y'all tripping. Aiden, what's not Aiden? Is it Aiden? What's the guy? What's the other
Trey
guy name?
Hendricks. You talk about the
Yeah,
defensive
I
end?
get them too confused. They don't want to give him
Well,
no bread.
nah, we want him. We give it to him. I think that's why
Uh,
Brad Holmes being cheap right now because he's trying to get that big white boy. Man, you get them big country white boys and put them on the end, bro. They just go eat. Them boys like corn and cornbread. Let them go eat, bro. Pancake season, bro. You put them two, and then you had little short fat dude in the middle, little Pillsbury and Lee McNeil going up the middle. I'll be all right.
yeah, hold that run down. We know they're gonna run for the first couple times, if that. Even though it's becoming the passing league once again. But that's what I'm saying. People that like the small markets, they trying to hold on to money, and they're not helping themselves. You gotta find a way to keep these players. You get these TV contracts, you're gonna have to pay these guys. You you about to be irrelevant once again. Once you leave, you lose Jamar Chase and like Joe Burrow. Like,
Yeah,
yo, if they leave, who am I throw the ball to? I'm saying, like, I ain't got nobody to throw the ball to. So the small markets got to figure out ways. But that's like that in every sport, and the NBA is like that. Like it's just like that in most sports because the smaller the market, they can't get that revenue up to where New York and L.A. and Boston and Philly, Dallas, they not getting that type of money, so it's different. But in football, it's different because they got those $1 trillion TV contracts. They
yeah,
luxury tax go up every year. So why
yeah.
they
The
being cheap
guaranteed
is beyond me.
football got them guaranteed contracts, bro. I think the only
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
best contracts is what the baseball contracts. I think I remember because my Jordan, he was about to play baseball at Pitt, and he was
Uh
thinking
huh.
about it because his agent, it wasn't like his official agent at the time. I don't want to get the boy in
Hmm.
trouble, but anyway, um,
His
he just
advisor.
know people. Yeah, his advisor was telling him like you probably can make a little bit more money playing baseball, but it's a harder route to get to the pros than it is football. But so that's
And
why he
that's
just focused on football. But he
that's
was about
why
to Jordan a goat in
it's.
baseball too. That boy is a bad boy.
Mm. But that's a lot of reason why we stopped playing baseball as a whole anyhow. Because you riding that bus for 10 years, you going to places, you know, it's like the chitlin circuit back in the days when the
Mhm.
musicians only could go in certain places. It's like that with the minor league. That's why Jordan got the hell up out of it. Like, yo, I can't just keep playing with these little dudes and riding on buses. I'm Michael Jordan, man. I'm out of here. I don't care what y'all say. Y'all say y'all made him retire, but he stopped that
On a
baseball
hoop.
real quick. Like, yo, I'm straight trash. Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that's what I said. He was like, shit, I'm going back to hooping. Get that bread.
Nothing, you ain't gonna have me riding on no damn motor bus. It ain't even an RV. They just driving a regular bus. Like,
Mhm.
y'all tripping. I'm out of here.
Right, pull up the mag school bus and pull it up on your ass. Like, no, bro. Mm.
And because it takes you like 10 years, 12 years. I remember I seen a guy play 15 years before, and he came up in September because you get the 40-man roster. And they like, this man been in the minor leagues for 15 years. I'm like, man, he better than me. He must really love that sport.
Yeah.
And sure enough, he ain't played no more after that one and
Uh,
so
go back
you
down.
know
Finally
it.
make it up, and you go back down. Be like, nah, fuck
You
that
go
shit,
right
bro.
back
I'm
down.
straight.
Look, season's
I'm
over,
gonna go
bro.
bag
Woo,
some
season's
groceries.
over.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna sell some real estate. I'm gonna sell some cars or something. Shit, fuck that.
yeah. Them old school days where you had to you got to work after playing your sport, right? But
Hmm.
yeah, that's what shout out to Junior Bridge for condolences to his family. He was one of those dudes that had to do that, right? And now he was in Milwaukee owning like 5 or 6 Wendy's, and he became a billionaire, and nobody knew who he was until like his death. Like regular people like us, we didn't really know. If you don't follow sports, you wouldn't have known that he started playing basketball, and then he started investing in fast food restaurants and things like that. And now he was a billionaire before he passed. Now you hear Shaq. Well, he used to advise me about this, and this, and how to save money and do this and that. Everybody's talking about his business acumen, right? Because he
Yeah,
understood, man, I got to figure out a way. I ain't trying to play basketball and then go to work after basketball. That doesn't make no sense. And now,
bro.
like I said, he became a billionaire.
You done said Shaq, bro. I want to know what his, bro. How you own Marilyn Monroe name, bro? You a black man, old man. That shit weird, bro. Black man owning a white woman name, but Shaq did it.
Listen, man, here's the crazy part, right? If my memory served me correctly, he signed two $100 million. I'm looking at him. He in a general commercial right now.
Mm-mm.
He had two $100 million contracts. He said he never spent a dime of the $100 million contracts.
But shit,
You know
bro.
how
I
crazy
wouldn't.
that is?
That's not crazy, bro. Do you, bro?
No, I'm
If
not
you,
saying it's crazy, not crazy, crazy, but
for us,
that's
yeah, for us,
outstanding.
as regular
Yeah,
people,
like
bro.
what? Just sitting there?
Giving you,
Like,
you
yeah,
giving you giving Ninja $100, we spending that. Nah, bro.
ASAP. Soon, oh, I found $100. Like, listen, what we look now? We
That
gonna
shit
buy
was spent
groceries with
before
that
we
hundred
found it.
dollars.
Right. That shit was spent before we found it. Oh shit, we got this.
Right. And it was crazy because they used to say they was like, "Yo, his wife was robbing him. Shawnee O'Neal was robbing him." And he's
Mm-hmm.
like, "How he robbing?" He's like, "How he robbing him? He ain't spending no money. He going hard." He said that's why he gave his mom. He put his mom on a contract to work for him, and she makes 500,000. The dad was making like 500,000 a year. He was doing the loophole thing, and I'm like, that's crazy because that's staying in house anyway, and he get a tax write off because that's his business. So it's like that's why I say when you get that money, you got to understand how to hold on to it. They are doing like
Yeah.
money seminars, but these little dudes they don't even be caring. Like I'm gonna blow this before I even touch it. Right? They don't live
Buying
check to check.
grills
They
and
think they're
shit.
getting it all at one time.
Like these niggas these days, they get money and go buy designer purses and shit. Like, bro, for real? Like, bro, we
They
buy a
buying
bag.
man
We go,
purses.
yeah, we gonna buy a bag. We thinking about space. Y'all buying a designer bag. Like, bro, come on now, man. That's what women do.
You buying designer car. You buying bags and cars that you trying to get 7 cars. You only got one. You got 2 hands. You ain't gonna let nobody else drive it. But you gonna sit there and act like you come on, man, stop it. We stop it. But that's what I'm saying. That's the way these people are operating. So now, like it's the question is, are they really doing this for the love of the game, or are they doing it for the bread? Some people are doing it for both, but look how small that number is, right? Like Jaden Daniels is really playing this game like he enjoys and loves the game. And you see what happened when he win the game. He throwing Hail Marys. They winning in spite of, you know, things like that. And hey, he's enjoying himself. So he can do things like that. But everybody else, they not like I said, people ain't even trying to win no more. That's what, you know. let's see, like Philly, they lost a couple people. They got rid of their whole defensive backfield. I'm interested to see how that works because they relying on their front line. So it's gonna be football's gonna be interesting this year. It's really gonna be interesting. We see people going all over the place. Now, like I said, they're waiting on that little quarterback scenario. If Aaron Rodgers is gonna play or Russell Wilson, are they going to the Giants or are they going to the Steelers? It's gonna be interesting now. Russell Wilson may stay to play with DK Metcalf. I don't know, and it may be cheaper for them, but we'll see how that goes. But it's the dynamics is different, right? It's not about if you want to win, it's how you going to win, right? If you love the money, you gotta like Patrick Mahomes and them. They shutting down. They renegotiating their contracts so they can get some more people on the team, right? And then you got a team like Cleveland, the Cleveland Browns. They signed Myles Garrett to $160 million. I think 120 of it is guaranteed, or 100. Is it 140 or 120 million? Is guaranteed. So I don't know how they're gonna do this, but they can't. Well, they ain't nobody really trying to go to Cleveland play football anyway, right? So I guess they're trying to keep that notoriety. I don't know how that goes. Does Sean Watson had to uh uh renegotiate his contract, even though he probably won't be playing because he tore his Achilles last year, I think towards the middle of the season. So he may come back in the middle of this season. But it's just the dynamics of the athletes today. Like they're more worried about their bread than winning. Like you got certain people in different sports that do it, right? Like Jason Tatum, he's coming up, he's winning. You got Patrick Mahomes, he's consistently, in the midst of winning a championship. Uh, like Jalen Hurts, he just got his contract a couple years ago, but he got. I think he got 250 million. Well, he got paid off this year with that Super Bowl ring. So like I said, that's why you get to see. All right, I paid this quarterback 250 million. Now my team might be worth 2.5 billion. Right? So it ain't doing nothing but increasing their stock by 10%. So when you invest right, you get the right production, right? You don't look at it as a sacrifice. You look at it as you all right. I'm my team value has increased 15-20%. So you go ahead and do the things that you need to do. But let's I know my 33 brother getting ready to go over there and have a conversation on his channel. I forgot what the
I'm gonna be talking shit, bro. I don't know if y'all want to get in for this one. I don't want to incriminate nobody, bro. I ain't trying to incriminate y'all, but I'm gonna talk me some shit tonight.
so y'all get ready to watch the word. He get ready to have a conversation. He don't
Hey,
even
light
need
him
nothing.
up,
He
light him up, light him up.
he just going in and pushing live, and whatever comes out, it comes out. Whatever's on the chest is coming off.
Light him up.
It's coming off tonight. So y'all
Oh
get
no, this
ready to
shit,
go ahead and hear.
this,
Go ahead.
this Scud missile this Scud missile is targeted, bro. No,
Here you go with
it's
Scud
targeted
missiles.
Scud. Yeah, bro.
I ain't know. I ain't know we was in Iraq, but okay.
I'm tired of this
But
little. I don't even know what to call it,
I think our missile was the Patriot missile, wasn't it? Wasn't that what it was called? The Scud was Iraqi.
I'm talking
You
about
got
the
you got that
Scud.
you
I got
got
that.
that foreign nuclear missile. You got that long distant weapon.
I got it from my Habibi, my Habibsi, bro.
Oh, not the
Yeah.
Habibi. Yo, you wild. Damn, the NBA games is over. Ain't nobody even playing. The night in the NBA is over. The Kings lost to the Suns. Did Detroit play? No, not today. They didn't play today. They played yesterday. While I'm sitting here, I can check the scores now that all the games is over. Let me see. We see that up there. He go. He live already. So y'all going over there and get ready to hear the word. Final scores in the NBA. The Phoenix
I
Suns defeated.
appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely. Always. It's always a pleasure. The Suns defeat the Sacramento Kings 122 to 106 tonight. Hey, the Toronto Raptors defeated the Utah Jazz 126 to 118. The Lakers lost 131 to 1. They had 126. Denver had 131, as I stated earlier. The Timberwolves the Timberwolves are on an 11-game winning streak, 118 to 111 over the Orlando Magic. Okay, and it's somewhat of a shocker. The Hornets defeat the Spurs 145 to 134. Let me see who's the leading scorer in that. LaMelo Ball had 27 and 15. Wow. Okay, LaMelo. I see you. I see you, LaMelo Ball. You rocking. Cleveland won their 16th game in a row, defeating the Memphis Grizzlies 133 to 124. Oh my gosh. The Rockets annihilated the Dallas Mavericks 133 to 96. That trade is looking bad. That trade is looking even worse. The trade for Luka Doncic, as they are losing. They lost Kyrie Irving, and Anthony Davis has not come back yet. The Clippers went down to Atlanta and defeated the Hawks 121 to 98. The Pacers defeat the 76ers 112 to 100 in Philly. And the Celtics defeat the Miami Heat in Miami 103 to 91. So those are all the games in the NBA tonight. Like I said, they're all finals. There's more games tomorrow in the league. I will, as I always do, I'll post it up on the community wall, and then probably show you the records as of after tonight's game sometime within the next few hours. But as we get ready to sign off from the Channel 9 studio once again, the 9%er is about to go on, and he's about to, have a conversation. He's about to get something off his chest. Y'all go on over there and see what he's talking about. I will see you guys Monday from the Channel 9 studio. It's Mr. 33. He's signing off. See you guys on Monday.